The spaceship Aurora glided silently through the endless stars. Its silver hull gleamed as distant suns reflected on its surface, making it look like a small comet traveling alone through space. Inside, Mira, a human mechanic, worked carefully in the engine bay. Her hands moved quickly and skillfully, adjusting wires, tightening screws, and studying circuits she had never seen before. Mira had always loved machines. Since she was a child, she had taken apart every small device she could find, learning how each part worked. Now, as a trained mechanic, she could repair almost anything. Today, however, she faced a machine that was unlike anything she had ever touched, an alien tool that hummed with strange energy. No one else on the ship dared to touch it. The tool was small but heavy, with glowing lines running across its surface. As Mira examined it, a soft vibration ran through her hands. A tiny holographic screen flickered to life, showing symbols that were completely unknown. Most people would have panicked, but Mira smiled. Puzzles excited her more than anything. "Don't worry," she said softly. "I'll figure you out." Outside the engine bay, the ship's crew whispered nervously. Some humans stayed far away from the alien device, afraid it might be dangerous. But Mira had always been different. Humans had a natural ability to adapt, to explore, and to succeed in situations others avoided. She knew this curiosity and courage had always set humans apart. She carefully ran her fingers over the tool's surface, and it vibrated again, almost as if it were alive. Mira laughed quietly. The idea of a sentient machine was unusual, but she had worked with strange devices before. She adjusted her grip and spoke gently. "Relax, I'm a mechanic. I'll handle this." Suddenly, the ship's intercom crackled.
"Mira, are you okay in there?"
Called Relo, the pilot. "I'm fine," Mira replied without looking up. "Just making friends with our new passenger." Relo paused. "Passenger? Are you serious?" Mira didn't answer. She focused on the tool, noticing its subtle movements and soft glows. It responded to her touch and even seemed to adjust its energy to match her movements. Humans had always been clever when facing unknown challenges, and Mira's mind worked quickly, learning patterns and predicting reactions. Hours passed as she experimented. She found that the tool could store energy, repair small devices, and even communicate with other machines through vibrations and light signals. Mira felt a sense of excitement. This tool was not only fascinating, it could become a powerful ally for humans traveling in space. The engine bay filled with soft hums and flickering lights as Mira continued her work. She connected the tool to a small console and carefully ran diagnostics. The symbols on the holographic screen slowly began to make sense. It was like learning a new language, and Mira felt a thrill as she decoded each sequence. Humans had always been exceptional learners, and she was proving it once again. By the time the Aurora reached the outer edge of the Zentaur cluster, Mira had already discovered several new functions of the alien tool. It could stabilize power flows, amplify energy output, and even create a shield-like effect for sensitive equipment. Mira smiled to herself. She had never seen anything like it, and yet she understood it better than anyone else. She whispered to the tool, "Looks like we're going to be great friends." The alien device pulsed gently in response, almost as if it agreed. Mira felt a deep satisfaction. Humans had always excelled in adapting to new situations, and today her curiosity and patience were paying off. As the stars streaked past the windows of the ship, Mira continued her careful work. The galaxy was full of unknown challenges, and humans had always been ready to meet them. With the mysterious tool in her hands, Mira knew that this adventure was only beginning. She looked at it with confidence, ready to discover what it could truly do. The Aurora moved steadily through the quiet of space. Mira continued working in the engine bay, her hands skilled and steady as she studied the alien tool. Its gentle hum seemed to respond to her touch, almost like it recognized her presence. She had learned that patience and observation were the keys to understanding new machines, and humans had always excelled at both. Suddenly, a small alert flashed on the ship's console. Mira leaned closer, squinting at the symbols. This was not a system error. It was a signal coming from outside the ship. No one had sent it, and it was too complex to be a random interference. The tool in her hands pulsed in time with the signal, as if it were trying to interpret it. Relo's voice came through the intercom again, tinged with curiosity. "Mira, we're picking up a strange signal. Can you check it out?" Mira nodded to herself, even though no one could see her. I think this is connected to the tool, she replied. It's responding to something beyond the ship. She carefully adjusted the tool's controls. The vibrations grew stronger, and a pattern of glowing lines appeared on its surface. Mira recognized it as a code. Something intelligent was trying to communicate. Humans had always been curious and adaptable, and now it was her task to decode this new message. Rilo appeared at the doorway, his eyes wide. Are you sure it's safe? Mira smiled. Humans have always faced the unknown, she said. I think it wants to talk to us. Working quickly, Mira connected the tool to the ship's main communication array. The holographic screen flickered, showing shapes and symbols that slowly formed into something understandable. It was a map. A star map leading to a distant system that no human had explored before. This is incredible, Mira whispered. The tool vibrated as if agreeing, and she felt a sense of excitement. Humans had always been explorers. They had crossed oceans, mapped planets, and now they were about to follow a signal from the far reaches of the galaxy. The crew gathered near the console, watching in amazement. Mira explained, the tool is translating the signal. It's showing us a path to a new system. We've never been there before. Rilo shook his head in disbelief. Only humans would take an unknown path just because a strange tool asked them to. Mira laughed softly. Curiosity is what makes humans strong, she said. We see problems as opportunities. The Aurora adjusted its course following the glowing path projected by the tool. Stars and nebulae streamed past the windows as the ship moved faster than it had before. Mira stayed close to the tool, monitoring its responses. Every time the ship encountered a new gravitational field or energy fluctuation, the tool adjusted automatically, keeping the system stable. Hours passed, and Mira noticed that the tool began to glow brighter. It seemed more confident, more alive. She realized that it had been waiting for someone who could understand it. And now it had found a human. Humans had a unique combination of patience, intelligence, and adaptability, and the tool recognized that immediately. Suddenly, the signal changed. It was no longer a map, it was a series of instructions. The tool vibrated in a rhythm, almost like it was guiding Mira's hands. She followed the sequence carefully, adjusting the ship's systems and recalibrating energy flows. The ship responded perfectly, moving smoothly through a dense asteroid field that had blocked their path. The crew watched in awe. Mira worked calmly, guiding the ship with the tool in a way that seemed almost effortless. Humans had always been problem solvers, and in that moment, their ingenuity shone brighter than the stars outside. By the time the Aurora reached the other side of the asteroid field, the signal had become clearer. The tool projected a three-dimensional image of a planet, surrounded by a glowing shield of unknown energy. Mira studied it closely. This is our destination, she said, and it looks like it wants us to explore it. Rilo smiled, shaking his head again. Only humans would follow a mysterious alien tool to a planet no one has ever seen. Mira grinned. And that is why humans survive and thrive. We never stop exploring, never stop learning, and we never give up on a challenge. As the ship approached the mysterious planet, the crew felt a mixture of excitement and wonder. The galaxy was vast, full of unknowns, but humans had always faced the unknown with courage and intelligence. Mira held the tool close, ready for whatever awaited them on the new world. The alien device pulsed softly, almost like it was smiling. Mira whispered, "Let's see what you want to show us." The adventure had only just begun, and humans were ready to shine once again. The Aurora glided silently toward the glowing planet, its silver hull reflecting the light from distant stars. Mira held the alien tool carefully, watching as it pulsed faster with excitement. It seemed almost alive, guiding the ship closer to the mysterious world below. Humans had always been explorers, venturing into the unknown, and Mira felt proud to carry that legacy as she prepared to be the first human to step onto this planet. The crew gathered in the observation deck, staring at the planet in awe. Its surface shimmered with colors they had never seen before, greens, purples, and golds shifting like liquid. There were floating islands above its atmosphere, connected by streams of glowing energy. It was beautiful but also mysterious. Rilo whispered, "I've never seen anything like it. Do you think it's safe?" Mira smiled confidently. Humans are made for exploring. We learn quickly and we adapt. We just have to be careful and observe. The ship began its descent. Mira connected the tool to the ship's navigation system. letting it guide them through the dense clouds surrounding the planet. The tool's vibrations seemed to match the rhythm of the planet itself, almost as if it knew the safest path. Humans had always been able to form connections with machines and nature alike, and Mira could feel the harmony between the tool and the world. As the Aurora touched down on a smooth, glowing plain, the crew prepared to step outside. The planet's surface was soft, like fine sand, but it shimmered under their boots. Strange, luminous plants swayed gently without wind, and small creatures with translucent wings floated nearby. Mira knelt to examine the ground, noticing tiny energy currents moving through it. The tool in her hands pulsed again, as if acknowledging the planet's power. "This place is incredible," Mira whispered. "It's alive in a way we've never seen." The crew followed her carefully, exploring the strange terrain. Mira led the way, holding the tool in front of her. It lit up the path and scanned the environment, revealing patterns of energy that humans could use to understand the planet better. Humans had always excelled at learning quickly, and here they were doing it again. Suddenly, the tool emitted a steady pulse, pointing toward a cluster of tall, crystal-like structures in the distance. Mira's eyes widened. "It wants us to go there," she said. "I think there is something important waiting for us." Relo nodded. "Only humans would trust a machine we barely understand and follow it into the unknown." Mira laughed softly. "And that is exactly why we succeed. Curiosity, courage, and intelligence have always been our strengths." As they approached the crystal structures, the ground began to hum with energy. The crystals themselves glowed brighter, and the tool in Mira's hands responded instantly, creating a protective barrier around them. Humans had always been resourceful, finding solutions to challenges that others thought impossible, and this was another moment to prove it. At the center of the crystal cluster, they found a circular platform covered in intricate symbols. Mira knelt, placing the tool in the middle. The symbols on the platform began to glow, matching the patterns on the tool. Light spiraled upward, forming a holographic projection of the planet's history and knowledge. Mira's eyes sparkled with wonder. "This planet is not just alive. It has a memory. It wants to share its knowledge with us." The crew watched in amazement as images of energy flows, floating islands, and creatures appeared around them. Humans had always been explorers and learners, and now they were receiving wisdom from a civilization they had never met. Mira realized that the tool had chosen her, not just for its mechanical skill, but because humans could understand and use knowledge creatively. Other species might have touched it, but only humans could connect with the planet's energy and learn from it. Hours passed as Mira and the crew studied the projections. The planet revealed how its energy could power cities, heal plants, and even enhance machinery. The tool pulsed gently, communicating silently with Mira, sharing hints and insights. Humans had always thrived where others hesitated, and here, their intelligence and curiosity were unlocking a new chapter in their history. As the sun of the distant star rose above the floating islands, Mira stood tall, holding the tool. She smiled at the glowing crystals and whispered, "Humans are ready. We will learn, and we will protect this knowledge." The adventure had grown bigger than anyone imagined, and the crew felt a deep sense of wonder. The galaxy was vast and full of mysteries, but humans had always risen to meet them. With courage, intelligence, and curiosity, there was no limit to what they could achieve. The glowing planet stretched endlessly around the Aurora crew. Mira held the alien tool carefully, its gentle hum syncing with the planet's energy. The crystal structures around them shimmered with bright light, casting soft reflections on the ground. It was clear that this place was alive, and the tool had led them here for a reason. Humans had always been explorers, curious and bold, and Mira felt proud to follow that path. The circular platform at the center of the crystal cluster continued to glow. Mira examined the symbols again. Each line and shape seemed to tell a story about energy, balance, and harmony. Humans had a unique ability to observe, learn, and adapt, and Mira used those skills to understand the patterns. She adjusted the tool slightly, and it projected a small beam of light onto the symbols connecting them. The platform responded immediately. The ground vibrated softly under their feet, and the crystals around them began to rotate slowly. Energy flowed through the air like ribbons of light, and the tool in Mira's hands pulsed brighter than ever. She could feel the planet itself sharing its power, offering knowledge and possibilities to those who could understand it. Relo watched closely, his eyes wide with amazement. Mira, it's like the planet is alive and it trusts us, he said quietly. Mira nodded. Yes, humans have always been able to adapt and learn from the unknown. That is why we survive and thrive. The tool pulsed again, directing Mira to a series of symbols she had not noticed before. She traced them carefully, connecting one to another. Each connection caused the crystals to glow more brightly, and the energy in the air grew warmer and brighter. It was as if the planet itself was welcoming them and rewarding their understanding. Hours passed as Mira worked with the tool. The crew assisted where they could, observing and learning from her technique. Humans had always excelled in teamwork, using their intelligence to combine efforts and solve problems. Now they were unlocking the planet's secrets together. Finally, the tool pulsed one last time. A soft hum filled the air, and a beam of light shot from the center of the platform to the sky. The floating islands above shimmered and shifted, revealing new paths and structures. Mira stepped back, feeling a deep sense of satisfaction. The planet had revealed a portion of its knowledge, and they had earned the trust of this mysterious world. This is incredible, Rilo said. We've never seen anything like it. Mira smiled. Humans have always been explorers. We learn quickly and we use knowledge wisely. That is why we can achieve things no one else can. The tool pulsed gently in her hands as if agreeing. It had chosen Mira not just for her skill, but because humans could understand and connect with this planet's energy in a way others could not. It was a perfect match of intelligence and curiosity. As the day passed, Mira and the crew experimented with the energy. They discovered that it could enhance machinery, improve communication, and even power parts of the ship without any fuel. Humans had always been creative problem solvers, and now they were applying that talent on an interstellar scale. The glowing light of the crystals painted the aurora in soft colors, and Mira felt a deep connection to the planet. It was alive, intelligent, and beautiful. Humans had always thrived by observing, learning, and adapting, and this place showed why those traits were so important. By the time the distant sun began to set, Mira stood on the platform with the tool, watching the energy ripple through the crystals. She whispered softly, "We will respect your gift and learn from it. Humans are ready to grow and explore." The crew gathered around her, feeling a sense of pride and wonder. They had discovered something extraordinary, and humans had once again shown why they were capable of greatness. The galaxy was full of mysteries, but humans were ready to face them with courage, intelligence, and curiosity. Mira looked at the glowing tool in her hands and smiled. The adventure had grown beyond exploration. It was a journey of understanding and connection. Humans had always been capable of remarkable things, and this planet had just proven it once again. The aurora rested on the shimmering ground as the stars appeared above, and Mira knew that the real journey was only beginning. The shimmering planet stretched endlessly around the aurora. Mira held the alien tool carefully, feeling the gentle hum of energy flowing through it. The crystals around them glowed softly, casting moving patterns of light across the ground. Mira had unlocked part of the planet's energy, but she knew there was more to discover. Humans had always been curious and courageous, and now her team was about to face the planet's next challenge. As they explored further, the ground ahead began to rise, forming a series of glowing ridges. The tool pulsed faster in Mira's hands, and the symbols on its surface shifted, pointing toward the highest ridge. "It wants us to climb," Mira said softly. "There is something important at the top." Rilo glanced at the steep slopes. "Are you sure this is safe?" Mira smiled. "Humans have always faced challenges. It is how we learn and grow. We just have to observe carefully and adapt." The crew began to ascend the glowing ridges. The ground felt soft, but firm under their feet, almost like walking on a living surface. Small, luminescent creatures floated around them, observing silently. The tool vibrated gently, guiding Mira to safe paths and signaling when the ground shifted. Humans had always been able to read subtle signs in nature, and Mira's instincts made the journey feel natural. As they reached the top, a wide plateau opened before them. At its center stood a large crystalline structure, taller than anything they had seen so far. Energy flowed from its core in streams of light, connecting it to the smaller crystals around the planet. Mira approached slowly, the tool pulsing strongly in her hands. "This is incredible," she whispered. The energy here is stronger than anywhere else. The structure responded as if it recognized Mira and the tool. The streams of energy shifted, forming patterns and symbols in the air. The tool pulsed in response, and Mira realized that this was more than a puzzle. It was a challenge. Humans had always been problem solvers, and now the planet was testing their understanding and creativity. Mira studied the symbols carefully. They represented energy flows, balance, and timing. She adjusted the tool, connecting streams of energy in precise sequences. The crystal structure vibrated softly, then brighter, as if acknowledging her progress. Humans had always been capable of learning quickly, and Mira's patience and observation were paying off. Rilo watched in amazement as Mira guided the tool. "Only humans could understand this and respond so quickly," he said. "It is like the planet is speaking to her." Mira nodded. "Yes, the planet has its own intelligence, and it is teaching us. Humans have always been learners and adapters. That is why we thrive in situations others avoid." Hours passed as Mira and the crew worked together, following the tool's guidance and studying the crystal structure. Every time they made a connection correctly, the energy streams shifted and grew brighter, and the tool pulsed with excitement. The planet was showing them how its power could be used, and humans were proving that they could understand and use knowledge in ways no other species could. Finally, the structure glowed with a bright, steady light, and the energy streams formed a perfect network across the planet. The tool in Mira's hands vibrated one last time, signaling that the challenge was complete. Mira stepped back, smiling proudly. Humans had faced the unknown, observed carefully, and used their intelligence to succeed. "This is amazing," Rilo said. "We have never encountered anything like it. Humans really are extraordinary." Mira looked at the glowing energy around them and whispered, "Humans always find a way to understand, adapt, and grow. That is why we explore, and why we survive." The planet seemed to respond, the crystals shimmering as if in agreement. Mira realized that humans were not only visitors here, they were students, learners, and friends of this world. The tool had chosen her because humans could connect with its energy, understand it, and unlock its full potential. As the sun of the distant star rose higher, casting golden light across the glowing plateau, Mira held the tool and smiled. The challenge had been met, and humans had once again proven their skill, intelligence, and courage. The adventure was far from over, but the crew knew they were ready for whatever the galaxy would offer next. With the energy flows stabilized and the planet's trust earned, Mira and her team prepared to explore deeper mysteries. Humans had always thrived in the unknown, and now their journey with the alien tool had only just begun. The glowing plateau stretched quietly under the distant star's light. Mira held the alien tool in her hands, feeling the hum of energy pulsing through it. The planet's crystals glimmered softly, casting patterns of light across the smooth ground. Humans had always been explorers, able to learn and adapt, and Mira's heart beat with excitement at what they were about to discover next. "Do you think there is more here?" Rilo asked, gazing at the plateau. Mira nodded. "Humans never stop exploring. This planet has already shared much, but I feel there are secrets beneath the surface." The tool pulsed as if agreeing. Its light pointed toward a series of glowing lines on the ground that formed a subtle spiral. Mira knelt, examining the pattern. The energy beneath the surface responded to her touch, revealing a hidden doorway. She carefully activated the tool, and a section of the ground slid aside, exposing stairs that led down into darkness. The crew exchanged amazed glances. "Only humans would follow glowing patterns into an unknown underground place," Rilo said with a smile. Mira grinned. "That is how humans discover new worlds. We observe, learn, and adapt." They began descending the stairs. The walls around them were smooth crystals that shimmered with faint light, illuminating the path. The tool pulsed in Mira's hands, guiding them safely as they moved deeper. The air was cool, and the quiet hum of energy made the space feel alive. Humans had always been capable of patience and careful observation, and these qualities helped them navigate places no one else could. At the bottom of the stairs, they entered a vast chamber. The ceiling was high and filled with floating crystals that moved slowly, emitting streams of light. In the center was a pool of energy, glowing softly like liquid light. Mira approached, cautiously, feeling the tool respond with increasing warmth. This was a concentrated source of the planet's energy. "This must be the heart of the planet," Mira whispered, "and it is sharing its power with us." The tool pulsed faster, and holographic symbols appeared above the energy pool. Mira studied them, recognizing patterns that showed how the energy could be channeled. Humans had always been excellent at problem-solving, using observation and intelligence to turn challenges into opportunities. This was another test of their abilities. Mira began adjusting the tool, following the symbols and connecting energy flows from the pool to the crystals above. Light streamed through the chamber, creating a network of glowing paths. Each correct connection caused the energy to stabilize and shine brighter. Humans had always been learners and adapters, and now their abilities were unlocking the secrets of this hidden world. Hours passed as Mira worked. The crew assisted, observing carefully and learning from her technique. Relo connected smaller energy channels, while others monitored the flow and stability. The planet's heart responded to their efforts, and the tool pulsed continuously, guiding their hands. Humans had always excelled in teamwork, combining intelligence, skill, and curiosity to solve problems. Finally, the chamber glowed with a steady, warm light. The energy pool stabilized, and the floating crystals formed a perfect network of glowing streams. Mira stepped back, holding the tool proudly. Humans had faced the unknown and succeeded, proving once again their ability to adapt and learn. "This is incredible," Relo said softly. "We've unlocked something extraordinary. Humans really can do amazing things." Mira smiled. "Yes. Humans have always explored, adapted, and solved problems that others cannot. That is why we survive and thrive. The galaxy is full of mysteries, and we are ready to discover them." The planet seemed to respond, the crystals shimmering as if acknowledging their achievement. Mira realized that humans were not just visitors. They were trusted learners, capable of understanding and respecting the knowledge this world had to share. As the crew prepared to leave the chamber, Mira whispered to the tool, "We will continue to learn and use this knowledge wisely. Humans are ready for whatever comes next." The journey beneath the surface had revealed the planet's heart, and humans had proven their skill, courage, and intelligence. The galaxy was vast, full of unknown challenges, but humans had once again shown why they were capable of greatness. With the energy stabilized and the planet's trust earned, Mira and the crew began their ascent, ready to explore more of the glowing world above. The adventure was far from over, and humans were prepared for every new discovery. The Aurora crew returned to the glowing plateau, their hearts full of excitement. Mira held the alien tool carefully, feeling the hum of energy flowing through it. The planet had revealed part of its secrets, but she knew there was one final reward waiting for them. Humans had always been curious and patient, and this journey was proof that perseverance and intelligence could unlock even the most hidden mysteries. Relo looked around at the shimmering crystals. "Do you think there is more here?" "We have already learned so much," Mira smiled. "The planet is still alive. It has more to teach. Humans never stop learning, and that is what makes us capable of greatness." The tool pulsed brightly, pointing toward a cluster of crystals that formed a circular arch. Mira approached slowly, feeling a strong energy radiating from it. The symbols on the tool shifted, forming patterns she had not seen before. It was clear that this was something very important. Humans had always been able to understand complex systems, and Mira's mind raced to interpret the new patterns. As she placed the tool at the base of the arch, a soft hum filled the air. Light flowed through the crystals, forming a bridge of energy that extended outward. Mira realized that the planet was offering a gift, knowledge and energy that could help humans explore and protect the galaxy. Humans had always been learners, and now the planet was trusting them with its most precious resource. The crew gathered around, watching in awe. "This is amazing," Relo said. "We are witnessing something no other humans have seen." Mira nodded. "Humans have always thrived when they explore and adapt. This is why we succeed where others hesitate." The tool pulsed faster, guiding Mira to connect additional streams of energy from the arch to the crystals on the plateau. The network expanded quickly, lighting up the entire area with vibrant colors. Humans had always been skilled at observing and problem-solving, and now their abilities were creating something extraordinary. As the energy network stabilized, a soft voice echoed in Mira's mind. It was not words but a feeling, a sense of trust, encouragement, and knowledge. The planet was communicating directly, and Mira understood that humans had been chosen to carry this gift responsibly. Humans had always been capable of understanding, learning, and acting wisely, and now the planet had confirmed that. Hours passed as Mira and the crew worked with the tool. Exploring the full potential of the energy, they discovered that it could power machines, heal plants, and even enhance the abilities of devices. The planet had shared a wealth of knowledge, and humans had used their intelligence to unlock it. Mira felt proud, knowing that humans were proving themselves capable of understanding the universe in ways others could not. As the sun of the distant star rose higher, the tool pulsed gently, signaling that the gift had been fully unlocked. Mira held it close, feeling a deep connection to the planet. Humans had always been explorers, learners, and adapters, and this moment was a reminder of the extraordinary potential of their species. Rilo smiled and shook his head. Only humans could do this. We faced the unknown, understood it, and gained the planet's trust. Mira laughed softly. Humans always find a way. We observe, we learn, and we adapt. That is how we survive and thrive in any situation. The planet's crystals shimmered in response, as if acknowledging her words. The crew felt a sense of wonder and pride. They had discovered something incredible, and humans had once again shown their intelligence, curiosity, and courage. Mira looked at the glowing tool in her hands and whispered, "We will use this wisely for exploration, learning, and discovery. Humans are ready for the galaxy." The adventure had reached a turning point. The planet had shared its gift, and humans had proven that they could understand, adapt, and thrive in ways that no one else could. The journey had strengthened their skills, their courage, and their connection to the universe. As the crew gazed across the glowing plateau, they knew this was only the beginning. Humans had unlocked a new level of understanding, and the galaxy was full of opportunities. With intelligence, curiosity, and determination, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The aurora rested under the soft glow of the crystals, and Mira smiled, feeling the hum of the tool resonate with her own heartbeat. Humans had succeeded once again, and the universe was ready to reveal more of its wonders to them. The glowing crystals of the planet bathed the aurora in soft light. Mira held the alien tool carefully, feeling the gentle hum of energy flowing through it. The planet had shared its knowledge and power, and humans had proven themselves capable of understanding and respecting it. Now the crew prepared to take what they had learned back to their ship and continue their journey through the stars. Rilo looked around in awe. "I never imagined humans could unlock something like this. Only we could do it," Mira smiled. "Humans are curious, clever, and brave. We see challenges as opportunities, and that is why we succeed. This planet trusted us because we could understand and adapt." The tool pulsed gently, pointing toward the horizon. Mira realized it was showing them the safest path back to the ship. Humans had always been careful observers, and the tool relied on her instincts to guide the crew through the glowing terrain. They began walking, moving steadily across the shimmering plains. As they reached the edge of the plateau, the planet seemed to respond, sending waves of energy across the land. The smaller crystals lit up in sequence, forming patterns that mirrored the tool's pulses. Mira felt a sense of harmony, as if the planet and humans had created a connection that could last beyond this single visit. Humans had always been capable of building relationships, not only with each other but with the worlds they explored. Back on the Aurora, Mira connected the tool to the ship's systems. The energy from the planet flowed smoothly through the ship, stabilizing engines and enhancing power without any fuel. The crew watched as lights brightened and screens flickered with new possibilities. Humans had always been resourceful, able to make the most of what they discovered, and now the ship itself benefited from their ingenuity. Rilo shook his head with a smile. "We can explore further than ever before with this." "Humans are really extraordinary," Mira nodded. "Yes, this tool and the planet's energy are a gift, but it is our intelligence and curiosity that make it truly useful. Humans learn, adapt, and grow wherever we go. That is why we thrive." As the crew prepared to depart, Mira stood at the observation deck, looking at the glowing planet below. It was alive, intelligent, and beautiful. Humans had always sought to understand the unknown, and now they had not only learned but had earned the trust of this extraordinary world. The tool pulsed softly, and Mira realized it was giving her one final message of encouragement and knowledge. Humans had shown patience, courage, and intelligence, and the planet had recognized it. Mira smiled, understanding that humans had a unique role in the galaxy, to explore, to learn, and to share wisdom responsibly. The aurora lifted off, gliding smoothly above the glowing landscape. The planet's light shimmered through the windows, casting reflections across the crew's faces. Mira felt proud, knowing that humans had once again proven themselves capable of greatness. Humans had always been learners, explorers, and adapters, and now their abilities had unlocked a new level of understanding. As the stars stretched before them, Mira held the tool close. It pulsed in harmony with her heartbeat, a reminder that humans could connect with the universe in ways no other species could. The galaxy was vast and full of mysteries, but humans were ready for every challenge, every discovery, and every adventure. Rilo spoke quietly. "Where to next?" Mira smiled. "The universe is full of possibilities. Humans will explore, learn, and grow wherever we go, and this tool will guide us." The aurora sailed into the starry expanse, carrying humans ready to face the unknown. The glowing planet faded behind them, but the knowledge and energy they had gained would remain. Humans had always thrived in the unknown, and this journey was another proof of their courage, intelligence, and curiosity. Mira looked at the tool one last time before placing it securely in the ship's control station. It hummed softly, ready for the next adventure. Humans had unlocked the planet's secrets, earned its trust, and learned from it. The galaxy was waiting, and humans were ready to shine brighter than the stars themselves. The journey was just beginning, but humans had once again shown why they were capable of remarkable things. Curiosity, intelligence, and courage would guide them, and nothing in the galaxy could hold them back. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, and Mira knew that humans were ready for everything the universe had to offer.